Hey there, Andrew from C1D Paintball. Little swag shirt here. It's time for another video. No kidding, you're watching it. This is a video. It's another one. It is a 3v3. We are playing at Army Grove Battlefield in LaSalle. 3v3, second floor game, and each player has 2 lives. Now, because it's second floor only in this game, can't cross over because there's 2 elevated catwalks east-west and there's a gap between it. So effectively firing from our sides. And when I talk about having 2 lives each, when you get hit your first life, you have to go down, put a foot on the first floor, and then you're back into play. You don't actually have to come up the same way you went down. You can use any of the stairs going up, but that's the rule. It is 6 minutes long, and our team of 3 consists of myself, Connor, of course, he's always there. I need him there. And we have Xavier. Sorry, by the way, Xavier, I should call him X. It's much cooler. Really good nickname for most sports, especially paintball. X here doesn't have a formal C1D card, but we're working on that. We just got this nice little picture. We'll put a little red around him because, you know, he's on Team Red. Team Blue, you have James, you have Eugene, and you have Sam. Now, Sam, in the previous video from this field, which I'm putting a little thumbnail there, this video here, I referred to Sam as Laser, and I kind of feel bad. I forgot his name. I'm bad with names. Name tags were invented for a guy like me. Sam is one of the driving guys behind MWR. Guys that make, I don't even know if you'll see that in the video. I'll have to just put a little boop MWR here. Make all kinds of great accessories for your markers. I've got a bunch that I bought because they're running a business, not a charity. So, but I felt compelled to say MWR again because I kept calling him Laser last time. By the way, in the picture of everybody is the ref. He's not on the enemy team, enemy blue team. He's not evil. Well, he might be evil off the field, but on the field right now, he's just the ref. And he's going to get a good grip of this one, just like he did all the games we played this day. Now, there's kind of a bonus thing to this game, because Sam also had an action camera on, and he was kind enough to give me the footage to use. Now, I'm going to make a couple of videos with this footage because I spent literally 2-3 hours trying to sort out how to really implement, I'm pretending the screen is in front of me, how to use all this footage, because of course I usually have regular cam and a barrel cam on, and with the Sam cam, so it's like main cam, barrel cam, Sam cam, which sounds like a Dr. Seuss book, an evil Dr. Seuss book. Maybe it's not evil, but it's not a Dr. Seuss book. It is a game. Anyway, I tried different layouts with it. But for this video, I wanted to stick to the basics, how I normally do a video of gameplay action. But I will have that extra corner camera, the Sam cam, and I'll point out things about it that are obviously relevant to what was going on in my mind at the same time. I think it works out very well. And like I said, there will be other videos where I use this footage more predominantly. And this isn't the only game that, by the way, that I got from him, so that's cool. Read my notes here. Yes, did mention that the last game. We're playing indoors now, and the lighting at the facility at Army Grove Battlefield, it's a bit dim because that enhances gameplay. I've played at the field when the lights are full blast. It's different. It's not as good as when you dim it a bit. There's not as much stealth element. There's no place to hide as well, and you're already in a smallish field. When it's bright and you absolutely see everything, it's not as good. So it's a little dim. Now, action cameras, for those who didn't know, are great little things, but even if you spend the big bucks and get the best one, low lighting is difficult on it. As you adjust the settings, it really pixelate things. So look, I mean, I made, when the field had previous owners, I made more than 75 videos. If you've seen those, you know, we've gotten better cameras and all that. But for those maybe who are just getting into our videos, it's a little dark. Well, it is a little dark. That's the nature of the field. So I apologize that in advance. But hopefully the whole complete package that this video has been made from or made to is good enough to have you watch the whole thing. But you know what? Enough of that. I already talked too much, and I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's watch the video.
That's right. Two staircases here, right? They got the two as well. You're a good shooter. Tell you what. Connor, what do you feel? Do you want to take the stage up there? Yeah. I'd like to go there. Actually, two of you can get the stairs and do this if you want. There's the area up. There's the area there. You just got to watch your headshots. And the area here, and I can cover the right side. So if you both want to go up there, it's kind of a, and I'll cover up here. Hey, if anybody takes the right, left stage, just watch straight ahead. They usually don't shoot, but they can lean over. But I don't think we're gonna have any cheating. Hey Connor, I like the 10-second rule. Usually y'all start in one spot and it sucks. This is kind of neat, lets us set up. Ready up? Yes. Oh really? Okay. So come down here, tap back up. All right. Okay. One mid, speedball mid, top! Speedball top mid!
So I'm in this spot here, the West Catwalk, a place I call the office, because one of my favorite spots, it is my favorite spot when I spawn on the west side of the field. Got lots of other videos when the field was under previous ownership where I took up this spot. There's not a lot of options here besides the window in front, but I kind of blend in the back here and I can kind of lean over the catwalk, the connector on the catwalk. And on the other camera, because we got that bonus cam, because we got that Sam cam, you can see he's in the back here in the middle. He is not rushed up, committed left, right, or even mid. And that's smart. He's waiting to see what happens. He still can take shots on us, by the way. He can still see the whole front face of our catwalk. But he's waiting here first to see where everybody goes. Now, I did call out that I saw speed in the mid. It was not the speedballer, which is Eugene is the speedballer. He's got all that firepower. He's the only speedballer in the field. You want to identify him. Really good player. He's got that marker, that speedball marker. He can shoot a lot of paint with it, and he knows how to use it. But it's not Eugene, it's Sam. Now, I've misidentified him, but in reality, it's 3-on-3. I've still identified him, so we know where at least one of them is. So I got Xavier X. He's kind of mid to my left, a little bit mid-left, but he's there. And Connor's on the stage area, place he knows well. He knows call-outs. He knows that spot well, and he, in fact, will contribute the way he always does on this, firing a lot of paint, doing a lot of call-outs, but you'll hear that. So I'll show you. No longer tell you. You'll see that in the video.
One extreme right. Crow's nest. Speedballs move to the mid right.
Now, I just was mentioning callouts, and I stumbled a bit when I'm calling it speedball, and I realized that's not a speedball in front of me, that's Sam. And I actually, so it's like, oh, it's not the speedballer, and then I catch another player in the back, and I'm not sure if it is the speedballer or not at this point, but because I kind of misidentified speed in the middle and that, I just, I got two of them here. And on my left, engaging in a firefight, he's taking some shots, Connor. That's where Eugene, the speedballer, is. So he's giving Connor heat there. And that other player who I wasn't quite sure if it was Eugene, but was up there with Sam, he's actually a little bit to the right. He's on the crow's nest, which is a really great spot because if you're confident, got a lot of experience, you can really pick people off here. Although where I am in the window, just from my own experience in the field, I'm a little bit back from the window, and I know where I am positioned that it's hard for him to get me from there. All three guys in the other team, well, Eugene, it's his first time in the field. The other two guys have played there a bit, but the one big advantage I've got over them, if the only advantage I've got over these guys, because they're great players, is I do know the field pretty well. So in this situation, I realized, hey, that's actually Sam. This guy in crow's nest, that kind of angle off back, he can't quite get me there from crow's nest unless I'm pushed up against the window. And trust me, I've learned my lesson the hard way on that one.
Speedball moved left! Speedball left!
Now James actually moved out of the crow's nest, left into the main, this is the city hall, the top of the city hall. I know he moved there, but I'm not quite sure. Is he on the left side or the right side of this little dividing wall there? So I can pepper shots in there, but I just don't want to fire blind. So I know he's back there somewhere, but haven't got a good beat on him, so not shooting at him yet.
Straight ahead!
Now I just called out to X next to me that there's somebody straight ahead of him. That's Sam. Now look in the little corner there, how I'm set up on my barrel cam. I'm set up there and I got the marker up a little bit like this because I'm at that window level. Normally I fire more down standard, but I'm like this because I don't want to expose too much of my head. Because I can see James kind of in the background there, so I want to line up and I just don't want to flail shots into there. I can see him a bit, but I'm just waiting, focus in a little bit, line it up, so whatever I do shoot rather, hits the target.
Sheriff, City Hall actually. He's out, one's out on Sheriff. One move right.
Okay, so I've taken out James. He's on his way down to tap the floor because it's just the first time he's been hit. Now, Sam adjusts to this. He goes to his left because he was kind of slightly mid. So James is temporarily knocked out. Sam goes over to his left, doesn't fill the full gap, but just kind of adjusts there so he can cover both sides. Maybe he's going to look for me too because he knows James got hit from there. I knew where Sam was since the start of the game, and I don't think Sam knew before, at least when I look at his camera and that, but he sure as hell knows now.
He moved to the back of the stairs. He's coming back. Shit, that's right.
Now I just kind of reminded myself in the game that, oh yeah, he has 2 lives. He's not out. He's going to come back. Now, I can see the stairwell on the right of the crow's nest. If he goes up there, I got a sliver and I can try to hit him. It's not a guaranteed hit, but I got a shot at him. The safer play would have went to go to the mid stairs to go up, where actually Sam came up from. But this thing about paintball, you don't necessarily do the safe thing, you don't necessarily do the predictable thing. And if you're me, you usually do the stupid thing.
I tagged 1. Keep count, guys.
Now I call out to my teammates to make sure they know that I hit a guy and to remind them to count. Probably should have done that before the game, but if you think about it, if you're sitting there counting how many people everybody's hit, and especially because we're all stretched out there, there's 3 guys in the other team, 2 hits each. The most we can hit without winning is 5. So right now we're at 1. And I'm still focused in. Now I'm focused in on that sliver for James if he comes up, so I can try to knock him out if he goes up there. Notice I say try. I'm not going to say because I'm going to take him out. Well, first of all, I know what happens because the video, I had to edit it. But the fact is, it's not an easy shot anyway. Now, this is key. I'm focused in on taking a few shots. James comes up the stairs there, the crow's nest. Sam has angled off, so he's even more left. So he's basically, when you're looking at this little piece of my view here, this angle, I'm aiming here. Sam's in the back here, so maybe a peripheral vision. I can see him, Sam on the left, but he's in the back shadows because he's smart. So basically, with me focused down on that one corner, Sam kind of read my mind. You know, he knows I shot James from there before. I'm waiting for him to come back. And so the hunter seems to become the hunted.
Shitty time to run out of the mag. Oh, hit! Oh, payback is a bitch! Coming out, hit! Woo!
Okay, all right, let's unpack what happened here. I take a couple of shots at James, who is coming up the Crow's Nest Stairs. Crow's Nest Stairs. To pronounce my words, Andrew. I run out of ammo. A couple of shots in, my mag's empty. I bend down to reload, and I've gone down a little bit, and boom, right about here. Sam, the guy you just called Laser. Having a problem with your name, Sam, James, Laser, whatever you are. Anyway, he domes me, I'm out. If only I had 2 or 3 more shots. I mean, I still would have got hit in the head by Sam, but it would have been a favorable trade-off, because if I would have got a couple more shots at James, I could have taken him out of the game. So instead, I don't get to take James out, and I got 1 life left because 1 just got taken away from a very nice shot from Sam. Of course I'm going to say it's a nice shot, because it was. Plus, he took me out, so if I say it was a nice shot, it's going to make it sound like it's harder to get me out, when in fact, very often it's easy. Okay, so as I'm kind of going down the stairs here, I'm hit, and I'm getting ready to tap the floor. I turn around, I'm actually taking my time a little bit, because I'm kind of listening, and it does go quiet for a couple seconds, to hear what's going on in the game. Maybe I should go up a different way to judge, what I'm doing. But I will go up the stairs. I just came down anyway. I judge, I'm not going to do anything too radical in that. I know Connor's up there and X are up there on the other side. But on my way up, I'm going to take my time, I'm going to be careful. I'm just not going to run back into the office. I'm going to try to take a slightly different approach. Now, from this spot here, I kind of survey the battlefield, and I finally see that 3rd player who's kind of eluded my vision up to now. So he's in this area right over here. Let's see if I can get him. Well, you know what? I keep giving stuff away. Let's see what happens. Now there is the office. That's where I want to go. But there's this little jog here. I kind of just don't run like this straight on here, the office here. I just don't go in a straight line. I kind of got to go around and take a little jog there. And I figure, I was waiting for James to go up those stairs. I anticipated him going back. Maybe they're doing the same for me. And because I've got Sam's footage, well, listen to this, because that's what they were thinking too.
Yeah. What's up? One top right tower.
About that tower, he's probably gonna come back in a second.
Got it!
So Connor's making a call out. He's taking a little bit of heat, needs some support on the left side. So I'm going to avoid that front window because, well, first of all, I'm going to lean left over the catwalk to support Connor. I'm going to fire some shots in there. I'm going to go in front of the front window because, like I've already talked, I've anticipated they know I'm probably going to pop up there again. So I fire those shots to support Connor. Then Connor calls out that he does see activity at City Hall. No kidding, they got me in the hand, I kind of say. But by Connor telling me that after he's asking for help, I guess, it was only a few seconds, but I shot some fire in there. Obviously, my head at least temporarily pushed that guy back that was giving him heat. And so now we can focus in, or I can focus in on the player or players ahead of me again.
Yes! Yeah, I know, he domed me before. That just cost you $3 of paint!
So I mentioned before, I wasn't sure about, where Eugene was, and maybe that was Eugene or James coming up the stairs. I said it was James after I knocked him out because because I've edited the video. But I just got confirmed that this is why I know Eugene was on the left side, because a wall of paint, a wall of paint hits the wall. It was a wall of paint. The speedball, he fired a bunch on the wall there, so I know where Eugene is now, that's for sure. And more importantly, I'm just goddamn lucky to him because there's a big window there that I've been hit from many, many times. Not ready to start the video up again yet. I make one of my better jokes of the day, but I guess because, there's all kinds of shots and people talking, screaming, babies crying, helicopters, traffic horns. You didn't hear it, so I'm going to replay it again, and I'm going to put a little fanfare on it because it deserves it, because it's such a good joke.
That just cost you $3 of paint!
Now Sam, during this whole thing, we're having a conversation, the shot gets fired like that. Sam picks up on me and Connor talking back and forth, so he's adjusted his position, more in the middle here, and to try to see what's going on. Clearly watching his video, I knew he was a good player, but I like his style. Very alert. I mean, not only just making moves on his instinct where he wants to go, but you can tell, especially when you watch it side by side or just his video alone, and I know what I did in it, he's using sounds as well. Like I said, he hears me and Connor talking or explaining things. He's using it to his advantage. I know to a lot of players that's straightforward kind of thing, but to a lot of you, maybe you didn't know that, and it is a very smart thing to do, and it is a bit of a skill too, though.
You guys want to go for a soda after?
So I'm engaging Sam here. See the top of his head and marker over the barrier. Not too much of it. Did not have a shot at it. So, yeah, I did still throw a couple of shots to drive him down. He ends up going to the left, back in the top of City Hall, where he got me before. But I'm kind of leaning over on the connector bridge. So him being in City Hall, he's more focused on the window. So for now, I'm safe from any of his shots.
I can see where you are when he takes pictures of you. Right window, left side.
Now, Blue, Sam, I'm not going to call him Laser. I guess I just did call him Laser. He catches a break here. He's in a good position here on top of City Hall. He leans over connector. He wants to fire north towards Connor. The break he gets, and his blue team gets, is he runs out of ammo, so he bends down to start to load a new mag. And just as he bends down, I fire a couple of shots that sail over his head. I don't know if I would have hit him, but I would come damn close. That's a break. It's a break for Blue. For Sam. We'll not call him Laser. I just did again, kind of.
Back mid. Far back mid. Two of them. I got one, he's 12 o'clock, one 1 o'clock.
So X, Xavier, moves closer to me. Now he's right on triangles. I point out where I've last seen the enemy. And we are ready to go. Now, this is where having this extra camera can shows little something different, and how little things in paintball, the timing of a second or two, are so massive. And I'll explain what happens here. Big moment here. Look at the camera here. I'm aiming down. I know Sam is probably somewhere in there. I know this angle. He's at the connector between the bridge here and just the entrance here on City Hall. You can see it's blurry, his marker, because he's about to turn and look towards me. Had I kept my marker lying like that for 1 or 2 seconds, I would have been able to see him turn into view. I could have, if not taken him out, I could have taken him out. You know me, I'm not an overly confident guy when it comes to my ability in paintball, but I could have taken him out. But this is what's great about timing in paintball, and especially getting this extra camera angle to see. I turned to talk to X. So he pulls his marker up just as I turn over to talk to X. I'm safe from getting hit by Sam, but I could have taken him out. Anyway, when I watch this extra camera, it's little things like that. It's like I maybe nerd out at that. Things like this happen all the time. You don't know in paintball. And it's one of the things that I try to, when I can, I don't always have a third camera, I try to point things out with the videos. Like, the videos are so long. I take a 4-minute clip and I go like 15, 16 minutes because I like to explain what's going on. It's these little things like, hopefully those of you watching, if you lasted this long into this one, probably think the same thing. But I got more stuff to talk about, so let's keep this going.
Here. I know, we got him. He's dodging. Right side, speedball, right.
All right, I spot Eugene and the dreaded speedball marker. He's running across the field. I let everybody know. I don't care if the other team knows. Eugene knows where he is. I know where Sam is, but the other guys on my team focus in on him. I know where he is. Time's winding down. We have the advantage. Keep him pinned down. Eugene, very good player with his first day of the field. He doesn't know all the nooks and crannies. He has, since this video, become a member of the field. So he's going to learn it very well and become a very formidable opponent. Sometimes. You need another coffee. Doesn't matter what time of day you're watching this. When I recorded this, I always need another coffee. He's going to run up the stairs that I tried to get James at before. So towards the crow's nest. And he's even going to come across from the crow's nest to the City Hall. Now Sam, by the way, he's gone more to mid by this little opening here. So he can angle off to shoot left or right from here. As time winds down, it's pretty good. So he can, instead of pigeonholing himself from one side, he can figure out where the action is and he can get to it quickly. Or he can even go back and forth in a few seconds and fire on both sides, causing chaos. Sam, Laser, Captain Chaos. Pick and choose which works for you. Oh joy, another break for blue. As Gene's running up the stairs to Crow's Nest, I run out of ammo. Again, change mags. As he's running from the Crow's Nest to City Hall on the connector, I fire all kinds of shots everywhere. I hit support beams and that. I hit everything but Eugene, defeating the purpose. Good solid run by him. Yeah. I missed, shockingly.
Now you're just guessing, young man.
All right, look at this shot here. I'm lining up to where Sam is. He's lined up to where I am. But that was a few seconds ago. That was before. Now we've seen Blue get a couple of breaks, but it's our time. Red time. Red's turn to get a break. The break is I'm leaning over here. Had it not been for the fact that, look at the camera, look at the picture, sorry, in the corner. Sam's marker is now down because he has to change his mag. Big break there. I'm leaning over, and he still had some shots left. I'd be out of the game. And remember, it's time. But he's got to reload. I lean over, and yeah, I really missed Eugene before. But I can see Eugene in this little area here, and we exchange shots. I land a shot on him. I did not know earlier in the game Connor had hit Eugene. So this knocked him out and put us up 3-2. I had no idea till after the game when they counted everything up. So a bit of a break. Let me tell you, shots went by me as well that he shot at me. So it was that close. One team was going to win on this little exchange here, and lucky for me, it was our side. And yeah, that's how close. And I showed you before how little things matter in paintball games. Sam has to reload. I lean over and just barely win a firefight. And now for the rest of the game, everyone's shooting. Everyone is shooting. Although for the last 2 seconds, you notice me and Sam, just for the last 2 seconds, we hold back. We don't want to be knocked out with 2 seconds left.
You're hit, dude. Hit. 1 out. I ain't taking risks, boys. Good one.
Game.
Good communication. I use so much fucking paint. Oh! That one. Good game, boys. We got 3, all 3 alive. There you go. I took out one guy. I took out 2 guys, but not the same one. Oh man, he got me upside the head big time. Oh yeah. Shit. Yeah, nice. There you go. Who got payback on my... Who paid me back upside the head? You?
Good game, boys. Good fighting. Very cool. Very good comms. Great job. Do we need to go reload, clean barrels, or do we go right away, switch sides?
I'm just gonna grab another mag, guys, because I'm down to like.
All right, 2. So let's go take a 3 minutes.
You okay? Sorry.
Well, that was fun. A lot of fun, especially when I have the extra camera for the angles there. Pretty much a stalemate, except for 1 shot. We win. We have 3 players left. They have 2. X actually took a shot too. He took it off his marker. So he was 1 shot away from getting knocked out too, because in this game, shots on the marker counted, at least for this one. Look, every bit on the field, respectful. No overshooting, good guys. We got down at the end after, you saw, we did a little chit chat. We went reloaded, had a good time talking about the game between games. Reload those mags, fill up those hoppers, got out there and did some more. A good day at paintball. It's a good facility, and the primary thing with that is good ref, nice safe field, and good players to play with and against. Just takes one guy to to ruin all the fun. Lots of fun on this day because they were all good guys. That's about it. It's been a long one. They're always long. Go out there, have fun. Be a good example. At the very least, just don't be a jerk. And at the end of the day, remember, it's only a game.
Game over.